Quarterback of the league. Oh, what a catch by Jay Nathaniel. That touchdown, Hurricanes.
Junior take a shot deep. Open target. Her third from left to right. Sets off. Oh,
down.
Watch him. He's going to step. He's going to go for the. It fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
Good evening, everyone. Two teams suited up one last time for this all-SEC Pit Championship matchup. between the number 9 LSU Tigers and the visiting number 11 Crimson Tide. I'm Kevin Hicks, and I'm joined tonight by Tony Papel here in a very raucous Death Valley as we get ready for what promises to be an amazing showdown. Tony, tonight there is so much on the line for both of these teams. We saw earlier this year they play each other super close. I'm expecting an all-out slugfest to the very last play.
I am as well, Kevin. Yeah, I agree. I think we're going to be in maybe for a little bit of a lower scoring game than we saw earlier in the season in Week 4, based on how these defenses could size up their earlier matchup this year.
And we do see Alabama starting with the ball, coming out for the first offensive drive. Going to be starting around the 25-yard line here. Going to see Ryan Ravenhill coming out under center and immediately going with the read option and getting taken down. 2-yard loss on the first play. Maverick LeBlanc setting the tone early.
Yeah, setting the tone early is right. That's only his 7th tackle for loss on the season, but he's going to make a big impact early and often in this game. I talked to the AD, Jaden Didrikson for LSU. They said they need to control the game from start to finish, and that's a great way to start.
Doing the same play here again, and this time Ravenhill keeps it, picks up 7, taking out that 2-yard loss, picks up another 5 on top of that. It's 3rd and 5 coming up.
Yeah, 3rd and 5 makes it very manageable. Whole playbook open right here. Going to want to try and get at least a couple first downs in this first drive.
Alabama definitely doesn't want to start with the 3-and-out. Dropping back passes, Ravenhill throwing it out deep down the left side. Man wide open, making the catch, running down the sideline, trying to get there, and a shoestring tackle brings Axel down after a 61-yard gain.
Yeah, Kenneth Swift got burned there, but luckily saved the touchdown with that shoestring tackle. Like you said, Shapovalov with a great introduction early to this game. He's the 2nd leading receiver for this Alabama Crimson Tide.
That is an amazing play, and now Bama setting up in the red zone. Ball sitting beside the 10. Drum back looking to pass again. Some pressure coming. Ravenhill escapes the pocket, runs towards the end zone, and slides just short of the goal line. If he had lowered his shoulder, he's in. Ball's going to be about the 6-inch line.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there. Ravenhill had it for the touchdown. I guess he's trying to save himself for the game, for the full 4 quarters instead of just scoring that one touchdown.
Ball handed off, and this time not going with James Ware, losing 2 on that play. Backing him up just a little bit. Going to be 3rd and goal coming up.
Yeah, Griff Martin, the 2nd team All-SEC middle linebacker there, saves the touchdown again. Makes him lose, maybe about 1.5 yards. Going to be 3rd and goal from the 2.
LSU trying to rally this crowd one more time. Another read option, and Ravenhill gets drugged down from behind. 4th and goal. Ball at the 1. Will they go for it this close to the end zone?
It doesn't look like they're going to. Griff Martin with another touchdown-saving tackle there.
That play where Ravenhill slides just shy of the end zone, we should remember that the rest of this game, that may come back to haunt them.
I think it will. You're right, Kevin. Yeah, the head coach is probably shaking his head there. Dobbins can't be very happy about that.
I mean, you don't want your quarterback to get injured, and I get it. 6 inches. Get those extra 4 points. But now Mosley getting his first return. Ball's going to be out near the 23-yard line as LSU gets to come out now. Moses King and company looking to see if they can get a big play or 2 early here in the game as well. Now they set up and a quick jump pass, and that one falls incomplete. Impressive arm strength from King, seeming to jump in midair and still hurl it 30 yards downfield.
Yeah, it looks like an athletic shortstop play in the hole there with the backhand. That's a great off-leg throw.
Now read option from King as well, and he runs for it, picks up 8 yards, going to bring up 3rd and 2 for the Tigers.
Yeah, 3rd and 2, very manageable. Again, talked to Jaden Didrikson early. He said that Moses King and his playmaking are going to decide this game for LSU, and he expects King to show why he is one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
3 receivers on the left. That one touched out. Smoke Orleans does manage to grab that catch in the sideline, picks up the first down. Tigers starting to put a drive together.
Yeah, great catch there by Orleans. Blake Woodson couldn't believe that he stayed in bounds in coverage there. But just that quick out route, about 5-6 yards, is all you really need to pick up those short first downs.
Now with 2 receivers inside, Moses back to pass again, and ball brought in and leveled as Williams as he picks up 3.
Yeah, nice quick pickup there for 3. Great tackle by Samson Gump. I couldn't believe this when I found out that he's actually related to Forrest Gump, the famed Alabama player kick returners. So great to see that Gump line continue here for the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Moses King coming back out here. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. Read option again, running forward, getting the first down, and stretching out to about the 45-yard line, picking up 18 on the play. Moses King moving the Tigers downfield.
Great read option there by Moses King, just showing those wheels and showing that the AD was right for LSU. He's being the huge playmaker early that this LSU Tiger team has needed. Also note Jessica Navarro, number 92, the defensive tackle, chasing down King to make that tackle.
Alabama's defensive line very quick. Now we got to pass out here to the right side, and able to grab a few yards there is Christopher Jones. Picks up his first catch of the night, picks up 1.
Yeah, the Visalia, Georgia native, trying to have a big final game here for this LSU team, trying to leave his name in the record books and on the field.
Empty backfield now for King as he steps back looking to pass. Pressure up the middle, and they're going to say he was in the process of passing. They're going to call that an incomplete. That looks like a fumble to me.
That does look like a fumble to me. Owen Britt manages to get there early with a fantastic play and cause the quarterback pressure.
Now with some extra people in the backfield. Oh, setting up the screen and going nowhere. King dropped for 11 yards. Going to be 4th and a country mile, and the punt team's going to come out.
Yep, they are, exactly. Jessica Navarro just broke through. Cannot just block her with one player, and that's a fantastic job getting through. Samson Gump also in there as well to clean up anything that Navarro might have missed, but she is just so sure-handed.
That was painful looking. Now going to be punting from their own 30 are the Tigers. Punt is away. Heading downfield, could be brought in around the 20-yard line. Possibility for a decent return, and stretching out to about the 27. Oh, they're saying he's still on his feet, and then they call the play dead. Garcia with a nice athletic return, trying to make it seem like maybe he was just on top of a player.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a late whistle there. I think he was up on his feet by the time they whistled it dead. Maybe the refs just weren't sure what was going on.
Maybe the refs just want to see this game go. It's been a fun game. A nice handoff here. James Ware picking up 10 yards on a big early run. They're going to call it 2nd and inches.
I don't know. I think he got there, but that's a bit. Oh well, maybe he didn't if it's almost a full yard. But it's a great play on that outside run there by James Ware. Maverick LeBlanc again calling his name, making that tackle.
Ravenhill back to pass, quick pass out to his left, and Titus Price picks up 3 yards and a first down for the Tide.
Yeah, we saw that play work earlier for LSU, just that quick, 3, 5, 7 yard out on that short first down. It's a staple in the CFSL, and it's working here for both teams early.
Ravenhill back in the shotgun, hands the ball off to Ware, and he rumbles forward, able to pick up another yard. Going to be 2nd and 9 coming up for Alabama.
Yep, great tackle there. Swarming defense by LSU. 2nd and 9 is okay. You kind of try and establish that running game early, but just trying to open up the passing lanes later in the game.
Receivers bunched right, option play, toss out to Ware. He turns the corner, gets upfield, picks up 11. First down again for the Tide.
Great read option there, great option play there, great pitch. They had the quarterback tackled early. Ravenhill was down early in the backfield, but they just could not contain Ware, and he got to the outside for the first down.
Now 2 receivers on the other side, handoff to Ware again, trying to stiff arm his way forward, not able to get back to the line, loss of 2.
Yeah, loss of 2 is right. Kobe Williams with the big tackle for loss there, and that's a great play early, and that's his 10th tackle for loss on the season for the senior. Looking to have a big impact in his final game as well, especially right here in Death Valley.
Yeah, definitely a great night for all the seniors who've had a few extra games under the belt this season. Now screen pass doesn't quite set up. Titus Price still able to pick up 4 yards in that play.
Yeah, 3rd and 8, very manageable here. Alabama's going to have to be very careful here. They're going to have to get they've been doing this all game, but they have to get the ball quickly out of Ravenhill's hand, as LSU is tied for 6th in the league in sacks.
Nice pass over the middle, stretching forward. Blake Elder making his first catch of the night. Picks up 6, not going to be enough for the first. Ball's going to kind of be in the middle of no man's land, and Alabama looks to be ready to punt.
Yeah, it looks like we've had a bit of that defensive showing that maybe a few of us were expecting early. The offenses really haven't gotten going so far yet. But surprised to see Blake Elder in on that run, considering he's not the most prolific rusher for Alabama, but he is a first-team All-SEC returner. So expect him to have a big game in the return game later if LSU ever scores.
And we did see that ball just barely bounce in the end zone. Almost a great coffin corner punt. Now Moses King airing it out deep down the middle, and a nice catch made. Nicholas Williams picks up 30. Big play for the Tigers.
Yeah, Nicholas Williams, huge play there, the Fort Worth, Texas native. That's a great play there and a great tackle as well there by Blake Woodson saving the touchdown. Looks like maybe number 33 or George Yost somehow maybe in coverage or at least downfield to be in there on that tackle. I'm not really sure how the defensive end got there, but that just shows the speed that you were talking about earlier, Kevin, with this Alabama defensive line.
That's it, Tony. Now handoff, run up the right side. Christopher Jones picks up 8, 2nd and 2 coming up.
Yep, nice run there by Jones. Exactly. 2nd to hold playbook open here. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we see LSU take a deep shot downfield. Maybe just cause a little bit of confusion in the defensive backfield here of Alabama.
Snap from the 42, heading in. Pass down the right side, and there's a flag on that play. They're saying 2nd to busted for being ruled incomplete. And the penalty looks to be on Alabama for illegal touching.
Oh wow, okay, what a strange penalty to see there. Okay.
All right, so the penalties on Alabama, and it backed them up. I'm very confused.
Yeah, I am as well. Maybe it just might have been a glitch. I think it's probably on LSU.
Yeah, the refs just being a little bit confusing for us as well, as that pass flies out to the left side, falls incomplete. Going to be 4th down.
Yeah, great coverage there by Isaiah Halderman. You know what? The Pac-12 in real life has had a lot of questionable calls. Maybe there's a Pac-12 ref crew on this game tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get with our producer crew to see who they got to call this game, as this punt also goes into the end zone. And like I said, expecting a defensive battle between these two teams. We had Alabama with that early drive that looked like it might produce a touchdown, and since then it's just been big hit after big hit, loss after loss.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And Alabama with the ball here, LSU, I think they just need to cause a little chaos defensively in the backfield. Alabama's tied for 7th for the most turnovers of the offensive side of the ball. I'm a bit surprised we haven't maybe seen a little bit of more pass rush, especially by Israel Jordan Ward in the backfield. So maybe look for him to get a bigger impact on this drive.
Now Ravenhill stepping back, heading the ball off to Ware, who stiff arms his way forward, picks up another 5 yards. Going to be 3rd and 5 for the Tide.
Nice quick draw play there. 3rd and 5 exactly. You're right, Kevin. I'm not really sure in this kind of position in your field. Maybe not take a deep shot here if you don't get it. Maybe a good field position for LSU, but just trying to get maybe that quick out pass that they've been working on.
4 receivers to the left, looking left, pass made and complete. Turning upfield is Jordan Jefferson, picks up 14 yards and a 1st down.
Yeah, Jordan Jefferson, great catch there on that corner concept route. Did you know, Kevin, that Jordan Jefferson's dad is apparently the president's chief of staff? So great political bloodlines running through that Jefferson family. It looks like great football lines running through on that play.
Well, that explains all the black cars I saw outside as we were coming into the booth. As Titus Price here picks up 3 yards on a quick pass out to the right, setting up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 is right. Yeah, they're getting the ball out of Ravenhill's hands early. They do not want this dangerous LSU defensive front making an impact in this game.
Now all the receivers bunched up real close to the line. Interesting formation for the Tide. Ravenhill steps back, tosses to the right, catch is made across the 1st down line. TJ Camden with a big 13-yard reception.
Yeah, TJ Camden only his 26th reception on the year. Great to see him get involved in this big championship game.
Now Ravenhill back in the pistol, hands the ball to Ware, who runs for it and just gets gobbled up in the backfield. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, Griff Martin there just shoots through that offensive line, brought the blitz in the safety, makes the play there, or the middle linebacker, makes the play there. That 2nd team All-SEC linebacker having a great impact early and often in this game.
Receivers bunched up again. Ravenhill looking, doesn't see anything open. Gets out of the pocket, slides forward again, and picks up a few yards. It's going to be 3rd and 8 with less than a minute to go here in the 1st.
Yeah, that slide I like. Maybe not the one to get into the end zone. You got to get some points on the board, but that one's probably for Dobbins is probably happy about that one.
Now Ravenhill back to pass again. Toss deep over the left side, making the catch, running for the end zone, and in. Ace Axel with a nice touchdown reception.
Fantastic throw by Ravenhill. Just exactly, Axel. We saw that play work earlier. Just that go route, maybe from that tight end or wide receiver position, that slot receiver. And yeah, he just streaks down the field. Another blown coverage by LSU. Just blows past the defender. That's number 8. Trey Woodard, and that's just unacceptable to happen twice in the same quarter. But a fantastic touchdown there by Ace Axel.
Now, it looks like Woodard was maybe expecting a curl route or something there. He was sat in, and Axel just flew right by him, and before he could even turn around, the ball's over his head. As that extra point goes through, Bama taking an early lead here, 10-0 with 35 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Not exactly what we were expecting to see is a couple of big pass plays, but other than those two big pass plays, it's been a very defensive battle.
Yeah, it has. You're right. Exactly. LSU is really keeping, this Alabama defense is keeping LSU under control. And LSU's defense is doing a great job, like you said, except for two big plays that set up the early field goal and that touchdown right there. LSU really has to string something together here. If they can get inside the red zone, I think that'd be huge. But since they can't even, get across the 50, they're struggling a bit.
And Moses King keeps the ball himself, has the ball to Christopher Jones and picks up one.
Shane Thompson there with the stop. Great tackle there. Just limiting LSU to only get 1 yard. LSU might need to string a couple pass plays together. They've had success with the out routes, maybe through a corner concept.
Now, ball being run up the center again. Jones again keeping the ball. Picks up another 3 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 6. And it looks like that is going to bring us to the end of the first quarter as Alabama takes an early 10-0 lead. You're watching the CFSL by PX1 Sports here on YouTube. We'll bring you the second quarter here in just a moment. Teams have swapped sides. LSU now heading right to left. 3 receivers to the left side, 6 yards to go to pick up the first. Moses King back looking and gets gobbled up. Loss of 8, back up around the 20-yard line. George Yost with the sack.
Yeah, first real impact of the game here for George Yost, the first team all SEC defensive end. They're making a great play with the sack on Moses King. King just couldn't get the ball out fast enough. I'm not so sure if that's necessarily on a great play by Yost or if that's just fantastic coverage down the field by the Alabama defensive secondary.
Alabama's defense feeling very invigorated right now as their defense has held LSU to very little yardage. Meanwhile, Alabama's been able to get a couple of big chunk plays leading to their lead. As we are starting here now on Alabama's first drive of the second quarter at the 50-yard line. Ravenhill with an empty backfield. Now you got a receiver in motion behind on an off play pitch out to the right and spinning off the first tackler, stiff arming and still going for it. Now dragging defenders with him. James Ware picks up 9 yards, breaking so many tackles.
Yeah, what an unbelievable play there by James Ware. It looked like Kenneth Swift couldn't make the tackle, and then he shed another LSU player there.
And assuming that James Ware gets credit for all of those tackles, that is going to give him the record for most broken tackles by an Alabama player in school history.
Well, congratulations to Ware. What a fantastic achievement for his career there. The senior looking to have a great impact and currently, helping Bama get this big lead early.
And now the ball handed off again. Still struggling forward. James Ware, a whole lot of effort for a loss of 1 yard, but still applying punishment to those LSU defenders.
Yeah, you're right. If they didn't give Ware credit for all those broken tackles last time, I'm sure they will this time with that play. After he gets back up, just Ware showing no quit in this game and fighting for every yard.
Now coming out 2 backs in the backfield with Ravenhill. 7 back looking pass, throwing left to no one in particular, just getting that one away as everyone is covered downfield. 3rd and 11 coming up for the Tide.
Yeah, throwing that souvenir into the stands. That's a great play by this LSU secondary. They had good coverage. Luckily, they covered up Axel on that play. I know he's been burning them deep this entire game.
Ravenhill airing it deep down the field again. Wide open man into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Titus Price with a fantastic catch. Now he only needs 2 receiving touchdowns to tie Alabama's season record. That's his 12th touchdown reception on the year. Fantastic throw by Ravenhill there, finding the open man in coverage. The safety just couldn't get there in time to cover that play.
Yeah, LSU's defense throughout the entire pit has looked really strong, but Alabama has been watching some tape, obviously, and has found something to confuse the defenders maybe into sitting on some routes and then pulling out these streaks. That's the third time we've seen that big streak route go for big yardage and 2 for touchdowns.
Yeah, you're exactly right. LSU really needs to regroup. And unfortunately for them, there's still 7.5 minutes until halftime, so that their offense really needs to drive down the field and score here, unless it could get ugly quick.
Now, quick pass to the left, and Nicholas Williams gets leveled again. That's the second time we've seen him just get rocked, but he does pick up 6 yards and sets up 2nd and 4 for the Tigers.
Yeah, that's a great play there. Nice quick 6-yard pickup there. Great tackle as well. I believe that's by a walk-on, actually. Great play there to make that play.
Now setting up 2nd and 4 with the ball at the 28-yard line. Empty backfield for Moses King. 3 receivers to his right, 2 to the left. Setting up, looking right. Pass is caught and taken down around the 35-yard line is Breska, who picks up 8.
The 80 and Breska with the fantastic catch, their first reception of the game. That's only his 16th reception on the year. Again, Alabama and LSU both getting maybe a little bit underutilized guys some playing time here early in this one.
Now ball handed off, breaking a couple of tackles here is Christopher Jones, able to pick up 16, get across the midfield, and get LSU driving downfield.
Yeah, Jones had just enough speed on that play to outrun. Defensive tackle, break a tackle there as well. Jair Leonard luckily coming up with the tackle there. Otherwise, that could have been a gain of maybe 30 or more. Unfortunately for LSU, they stopped him, but they did cross midfield, which I believe that's the first time they've done today.
Now on the read option, Moses King keeping himself, runs forward up the middle, picks up 5.
Great quick pickup there by King, exactly. That read option has been working well for them, especially on first down. They've been having a lot of success. 2nd and 5, whole playbook open here. I would like to see LSU maybe take a shot downfield.
LSU jumping back, quick pass over the middle, and jumping forward, knocking that away are the Bama defenders, setting up 3rd and 5.
It looked like Isaiah Halderman with that pass deflection there. If it wasn't a pass deflection, at least the receiver heard the footsteps of Halderman there. Great play.
Drop back on a screen pass. Pass gets out. There's a couple of blockers downfield. Picking up the first. Ball fumbled forward and out of bounds or picked up. Either way, it is a first down for the Tigers.
Lucky break there for LSU. There looks like they're going to review this. Leonard with the tackle there, but they're going to review if he's down or not, I believe.
Either way, that should still be a first down. It may just be a loss of a couple of yards on the play. And there's the knee down, and looks like the ball's still in his hands. I think it is going to come back 2 yards.
Yeah, it looks like that is what happened there, Kevin. That's a great call there. And yeah, I agree. He definitely was down. That knee was down early. But yeah, exactly. LSU, catches a bit of a break, but it gets reversed anyway.
All right, so 3 receivers right, ball handed off, running up the middle, bouncing off defenders like a pinball, and getting out another 12 yards. Christopher Jones has got 5 rushes, 40 yards on the night.
Yeah, 8 yards per carry. What a fantastic average there. Maybe maybe they should hand the ball off a little bit more to him. I've been calling for that deep shot, but Jones has been having so much success.
Well, they are going to hand off again. Now breaking forward and up the middle into the end zone. Christopher Jones with a 22 touchdown yard run to cut into this Bama lead.
Fantastic play there. Great blocking by that offensive line as well. That's Jones' 5th rushing touchdown on the season. And that's a great play. Getting LSU back in this game. If LSU's defense can get a stop and they can, maybe score a touchdown or at least a field goal before halftime, we've got a great game on our hands.
And Christopher Jones got a lot of work on that play. Last 3 or 4 plays, all Christopher Jones just run after run, gutting the Alabama defense on that sequence. They see if they try that again. But now Ravenhill coming back out again, looking to lead the Tide back down the field.
Yeah, you're right, exactly. And as we can see there, so they haven't gotten Shapovalov involved at all, has no receptions on the game, surprisingly. So look for them, maybe Alabama too. Maybe they're trying to keep Shapovalov under the radar a bit and maybe utilize him a lot in the second half.
Now on the read option, Ravenhill able to break the first tackle, but not able to break the other 3 that were coming. And is going to end up losing 4 on the read option keeper.
Yeah, Quentin Blackwell and Israel Jordan Ward in the backfield there to clean up that play. That Ravenhill, like you said, Kevin, did break that first tackle, but unable to get away from that dominant LSU defensive line.
Now Ravenhill back in the shotgun again. 3 receivers to his left. Read option again. This one going a bit better as Ravenhill is able to go forward, pick up 9 yards. Going to set up 3rd and 6 for the Crimson Tide.
Great rush there by Ravenhill. Has 3 rushing touchdowns, but other than that, not normally known as a great rusher. But fantastic play there. Both teams, as we've seen, have had great success with that read option play. LSU normally on first downs, but Alabama mixing it up a little bit, not using it as often, but having great success still.
10-point lead for the Tide. Ravenhill back to pass. Looks to his left, gets the ball out there, and it is brought in. Price does pick up a couple of yards, but it's going to be 4th and 4, and the front team's coming out. LSU's defense holds.
Yeah, great defensive stop there. Malcolm Kent Brown, the strong safety, making that play. That's exactly what LSU needed. They've got loads of time here. Have about 4.5 minutes left to drive down the field and score. They definitely need points here. Maybe don't need a touchdown, but have to get points here.
Smoke Orleans does pick up 11 on the return. Going to set up LSU with decent field position. Over 4.5 minutes left. There's plenty of time for any sort of offensive drive, whatever style they want it to take for the Tigers. And they're going to start off with the read option, and Bama defenders are just sitting there waiting. If they hand it off, they lose yards. If they don't, King just takes a punishing blow.
Yeah, punishing blow is right. Luckily, he was able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Jair Leonard, his 6th tackle on the game, already having a huge impact. He's on pace for maybe 15 in this game.
Now on the QB draw, Moses King dashing forward, picks up 9. Going to be 3rd and 1.
Great rush there by King. Exactly. Yeah, great rush. Gets 9. George Yost with the tackle there. Coming from that defensive line and still chasing him down.
LSU receiver stepping up to the right, one left. Ball comes out to the left. Elliott Griffin does make the catch, picks up 6 yards and a first down for the Tigers.
Elliott Griffin, yeah, the leading receiver for this LSU team. He's 10th in the CFSL in yardage and tied for 6th in touchdown receptions. Only his first on the game there. Alabama doing a great job of limiting his ability early.
And a handoff there to Christopher Jones. Not able to pick up much yardage that time. Just grabs 1 before being taken down.
Yeah, great swarming defense by Alabama. Yeah, exactly. LSU, having some success mixing up the run and the pass across midfield, across that 45-yard line. Got to get inside the red zone and score again, though.
Moses King back in the shotgun again. Looking, tossing to the right, and able to make the catch, but then take it out immediately is Ted Andrews. That's going to be a loss of 2 on that reception.
Yeah, lost it to his right. J.C. Newton, first time we're calling his name today, makes the play there as well. And that's a great play. I believe that is a walk-on as well for LSU making that play. So, good to see even the walk-ons get involved in this postseason matchup.
Everyone's getting a little bit of love tonight. You've got 2 receivers either side. Moses King hit as he threw, but catch is made. Running for the end zone, and the defender will not get there. Josiah Mosley, touchdown Tigers.
Josiah Mosley, his 3rd touchdown reception on the season. Fantastic play there. Great strike. There's that defensive shot, or that long shot that I've been calling against that Alabama defense. And it's a great play by LSU. Right back in this ballgame. 3 minutes left. All the timeouts involved. If they can get another stop, then maybe drive down the field. They should have 2 minutes left. They could score again or here. They have all the momentum.
Yeah, LSU took a couple of shots early and decided, no, we're here to play. It may have taken them a quarter to get their legs under them, but now it's definitely looked like we're shaping up for a great matchup here.
Yes, it does. You're right. All the momentum is with LSU, but Ravenhill is an experienced second-team All-SEC quarterback. He can lead this Alabama team down the field, no problem.
On the read option keeper, Ravenhill runs forward, picks up 6, 2nd and 4 coming up.
Yeah, Kobe Williams, the middle linebacker, with the tackle there as well. Ravenhill exactly 6 yards on that read option, and it's just consistent yardage early. 6 yards is going to get you a first down every time, and you're going to score every drive.
Now on the play action, ball tossed to the left, and Titus Price picks up 3, and they're going to call him just short of the line, and it's going to be 3rd and inches.
Yeah, I would like to see maybe Ravenhill put that a little bit more on the chest of Price there, let him turn upfield and get a couple more yards.
Now receiver in motion to the back, looking for the option pitch, not able to pitch it. Ravenhill gets taken down for a 3-yard loss. LSU's defense wants that ball back.
Yes, they do. You're right. They're playing with fire here, or a fire in their belly. Kobe Williams, again, making that play. I didn't see the number who had the running back as well, but that was just snuffed out completely. Great play by LSU's defense.
LSU definitely waking up here in the second quarter. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left. Punt received at the 30 and hit almost immediately as Smoke Orleans. Not able to get anything on that return, but 2 minutes and a little bit of change plus 3 times out. That's plenty of time.
Yes, it is, right? And as you can see there, right, it's been a tale of two quarters. Alabama had that success early, put up 17 points. LSU scored 14 straight in the second quarter. We'll see if they can drive down the field again.
Swarming defense coming for Moses King, forces the early pass. That one falls incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it looked like that might have been dropped by the receiver there. Got to make that play, even if it's just a quick, 5-6 yards, that's crucial yardage.
Now, read option keeper King has to take a step backwards to avoid a defender. That means he is not able to get any steam heading downfield. No gain on that play either.
Yeah, no gain is right. Luckily, evaded the first tackle by Deuce Palmer, but Owen Britt there to clean it up, as well as a swarm of other Alabama defenders.
Now 3rd and 10, looking to pass, and someone snuck in, sacked for 7 yards. Timeout called by Bama to get the ball back with just under 2 minutes to go in the second.
That entire drive took 25 seconds. Fantastic stand there by Bama's defense. Now maybe we might see a bit of, it was a little bit of a defensive show early, then the offense has got involved. Maybe we'll see if it's another defensive slugfest for the rest of this quarter and into the third.
Garcia there able to pick up 8 yards. Ball is going to be at the 42-yard line. 58 yards to go to hit pay dirt. Minute 42 left. 2 timeouts for the Tide. Pass over the middle, caught, brought in, and into the middle of 3 defenders is Titus Price, but picks up 15 yards and a first down.
Fantastic play by Titus Price. He's 5th in yardage in the CFSL and tied for 4th with 11 touchdown receptions. Or he has 12 really because he had one earlier today. Titus Price has been that leading receiver for the Alabama team. Hasn't been too involved other than that one deep shot, so LSU is doing a pretty good job of keeping him covered. But there's just so many weapons in that receiving corps for Alabama.
Now Ravenhill back to pass again, looking, doesn't see anything, tries to step up in the pocket, nowhere to go, loss of 6 on the sack. Quentin Blackwell with the big sack.
Yeah, first sack on the game for Blackwell, exactly, you're right. But that's just a fantastic coverage sack, if you will, by LSU's defense, and that's Blackwell's 5th on the season. But that's definitely set up by those defensive backs, those corners and safeties making a play, covering those receivers.
Now coming out 2nd and 16, ball just across the 50. 2 receivers either side, halfback on his left hip. Ravenhill has a receiver in motion. Ball snap, stepping back, doesn't see anything, tries to run outside the pocket and gets brought down for a loss of another 5. Trey Hawkins, back-to-back sack for Tiger defense.
Yeah, Trey Hawkins with a great play there as well. The second team All-SEC defensive end, making a play, making his first real impact in this game, but that's exactly what LSU needed. Forces the 3rd and very long. They could get the ball back as well here if they call a timeout after this play.
Timer is ticking. We'll see if Alabama lets it go. No, goes ahead and snaps. 50 seconds left in the quarter. Deep pass down the middle. We've seen this a couple of times. This one, though, is incomplete. Clock stops, 47 seconds left for the Tigers.
Yeah, Malcolm Kemp-Brown with the great defensive play there, but they had Ace Axel again down that left sideline, but Ravenhill just must not have seen him because he was wide open.
Now, getting back, going to be starting around the 30-yard line is Smoke Orleans. 40 seconds left, 3 timeouts. Should be enough time to at least get into field goal range with a couple of big plays.
Yeah, you're right, exactly. Definitely get into field goal range. LSU's career long for field goal is 47, so they've got to get down to about the 30-yard line if they want to get inside his field goal range.
Quick pass out to the right. 7-yard reception, 2nd and 3. Timeout called by the Tigers. Hurrying back up to the line here now. Moses King with 2 backs in the backfield. Gets the pass away, able to turn the field, going to pick up the first down and more, and trying to get to the sideline is Ryan Nigo Jr. Does pick up 17. They're going to call a timeout. 29 seconds left.
Nigo only has 66 reception yards in the season, so that's a huge increase to his total.
Now back to pass, first down, and batted away there. Going to be 2nd and 10 for the Tigers.
Yeah, Isaiah Halderman making that play. Fantastic play there. But luckily for LSU, that stops the clock. They've been throwing the ball, across the middle. Couldn't get out of bounds, but that stops it for them. 2nd
down, about 20 seconds left, and that one looks to just be dropped as it falls incomplete. Going to be 20 seconds left here for LSU. Ball sitting at the 45-yard line as they come out for 3rd and 10. Moses King in the backfield, 2 receivers either side. Driving back, has a nice pocket to throw from. and that screen pass picks up loses a yard. It'll be 4th and 11, and clock is just going to keep on running.
Yeah, LSU might be content to let this one go to the half if they, with 4th and 11. If I were them, I'd maybe take a shot here, though. Maybe hustle back up to the line.
I probably would have called a timeout with a second left and at least thrown one into the direction of the end zone. But it looks like LSU is just going to punt it away or let the clock expire here. LSU will be getting the ball back to start the second half. So your halftime score, Alabama 17, LSU 14. All Alabama first quarter, all LSU second quarter. I think we're in for a good one coming forward.
I think you're right. Exactly. Great defensive battle early. Offenses, responded quickly, and then the defenses did again. It'll be interesting to see who comes out stronger, or what side of the ball comes out stronger for both of these teams out of halftime as they make those halftime adjustments. I'm a bit surprised though that we haven't seen any turnovers so far in this game. Both teams are doing a great job of taking care of the football. Great job by those offenses, and those defenses, they haven't had too much success getting into the backfield as well. All of the sacks have been, mainly covered sacks, and then the defensive linemen finally get there. So we'll have to see if maybe those offensive linemen get tired by these dominant defensive fronts.
Yeah, well, we've definitely seen some great plays setting up. Like I said, no turnovers. The quarterbacks have been very protective of the football, both with decent completion rates. You see the yards there. Alabama probably outgaining about 100 yards. Time of possession, though, almost equal between both teams, which, when you think about LSU's sustained drives, does make some sense. Be looking forward to see what we have coming up for the second half.
Yeah, you're right. And the quarterbacks keep holding on to the ball. Even James Ware and Christopher Jones, they've both had great rushing success, 77 yards and almost 50 yards as well. That's pretty good for a CFSL team having, on pace for 125 yards on the ground. So great job using a balanced offensive attack, rush, and pass by both these teams.
And now we come out here in the start of the second half as LSU does receive. Going to start off around their 30-yard line with 3 points to go to make up the deficit. Got an empty backfield here for Moses King as he looks for something and airing it deep down the right side. And when we were talking about good protection, that pass almost picked off. Sean Thompson making a nice play.
Yeah, fantastic play there, like you said, exactly. Shane Thompson making the play, the senior corner. I haven't really called his name too often, but makes a great impact there.
They're running to the left side. Christopher Jones picks up another 3 yards. He's got 66 on the night already.
Yeah, 66. He's increasing his average from earlier in the second half, now up to 8.3 yards per carry. That offensive performance by Jones has been great.
Now 3rd and 7. Moses King back to pass looking and gets gobbled up in the backfield. Hit from both sides. Lucky to just hold on to the ball there.
Yeah, Lucky is right. George Yost there looks to make a play in the backfield. Great play there by that Alabama defense. Muhammad Smith in there as well, coming from the other side to sandwich King.
Yes, I was going to say, your sandwich King, I think it was the Earl of Sandwich that the sandwich is named after, but now it's a King as LSU is back to punt. Ball's going to be brought in near the 35-yard line, running forward, and getting to about the 45-yard line is DeMario James Garcia.
Kevin, that's a fantastic pull there with the Earl of Sandwich. That's a good chuckle there. That's very funny.
Now we set up two for Ravenhill. 2 receivers to right, one goes left, throws left, and taken down almost immediately is Blake Elder. No gain on that play.
Yeah, Trey Woodard gotten burned a couple times by Ace Axel on that left sideline, but makes the play there with a nice tackle.
Now Ravenhill back in the shotgun again, hands the ball off, and Ware able to break a couple of tackles, does pick up 4, going to set up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, great rush there by Ware, averaging 3.3 yards. Not nearly as much as Jones, but that's just fantastic. Consistent performance by Ware, getting that offensive Alabama in good positions every time.
Now setting up, airing it deep down the right side. Wide open receiver is able to bring that in. Jordan Jefferson picks up 23 yards and a first down.
Fantastic pass there by Ravenhill to a wide open Jordan Jefferson. You know, that corner route has gotten LSU in trouble a little bit of times, or a couple times here. They've had trouble with the go route by Axel and that corner route as well. So LSU really needs to tighten down their defensive secondary if they want to keep themselves in this ball game.
Alabama looking to stretch out this lead just a little bit. Play action here. Ravenhill looking forward, stumbles on his own man, but still able to make the pass and into the end zone. Shapovalov makes the touchdown reception with his first catch of the night.
First catch of the night is right. Like you said, we saw that he didn't have any receptions in the first or second quarter, but there makes an immediate impact here in this third quarter. Great play by that Alabama defense. And Ravenhill, you know, extends the play just enough, runs into his own offensive lineman, but has enough composure and athletic ability to set his feet and make a good throw.
Yeah, that's impressive composure, because when you get hit by a defender and you escape, you're at least expecting to be hit. When you run into your own guy, it's completely out of left field. And so to be able to still keep the composure, keep your eyes downfield, and make that toss is a very nice play as Alabama stretches out to a 10-point lead.
You're right, exactly. And as Mike said in chat, LSU is dropping 8 into coverage and still leaving 6 guys open. So LSU definitely needs to tighten it up.
Moses King hands the ball off, and into a swarm of Crimson Tide defenders. Christopher Jones able to pick up 1.
Yeah, Christopher Jones again, just solid impact. Like to shout out all 46 of you watching in chat. Thank you very much for joining us here tonight for this Pitt Championship.
Absolutely. It's great to see everyone here tonight. As Moses King drops back to pass, has an open man down on the right side and able to get across the 50 there with a nice play.
Yeah, nice play. Both teams seem to have some difficulties covering that corner route as well. Deuce Palmer getting burned that time, it looked like, before making the tackle. But you know, that 5-6 yard out on 3rd and short, that corner route, that we haven't really seen LSU maybe take a go route. They did once with the broken coverage, but no real man beaters here early for LSU.
And now in the read option, Alabama seems to have maybe caught on to how that's working. Take King down in the backfield, lost in 3.
Yeah, Deuce Palmer again got burned on that last play, but here makes a play in the backfield. Great job with the safety blitz.
Now 2nd and 13. Bit of ground to make up here. Moses King comes out empty backfield. Alabama looking like they might bring a little bit of pressure, but back off. Moses King taking a run forward, breaks up field, and is able to pick up 5 on the scramble. Going to be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, I mean, at least that's positive yardage if you're LSU. Great defensive battle here, a great defensive stand so far by this Alabama defense. Glock Gaming 81, what's up? Nice to have you join here. Happy Tuesday.
Oh, and on the screen pass, Moses King gets hit as he throws. Ball falls incomplete. It's going to be 4th and 9, LSU looking to punt.
Yeah, Jessica Navarro there making the play, the first team all SEC player. I haven't really seen too much of her, but that's a great play there.
Runs away from the 40-yard line. Alabama calls for the fair catch and lets this one bounce. Going to be a touchback as Alabama takes their 10-point lead. This is starting to look a little bit like the first half where it was all Alabama.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Kevin. It does. Yeah, I agree. Defensive showdown, or the defensive stands by their defense and great offensive performance.
Now pass out to the right by Ravenhill is going to be called incomplete. Receiver just had a foot out of bounds as he caught that ball.
Yeah, you're right. LSU's got to stay close enough, and if it is going to be like the first half, LSU's got to stay close enough to where they can strike back late in the 4th.
Now, looks like very similar, if not the same play. That time James Ward does make the reception, but loses one on the play.
Yeah, Griff Martin in there with the tackle. I didn't quite see the other number in there, but that's a great defensive play there by LSU. Looks like that's number 10, Kenneth Swift. Great job tackling Ware in the backfield there.
So now 3rd and 11. Alabama kind of backed up on their side of the field. Got a 10-point lead here with about 5 minutes left to go in 3rd. LSU trying to get Death Valley rocking once again. Ravenhill looking, throws deep down the left side, and that was intercepted. And taking that down, LSU is going to get the first turnover of the night.
First turnover of the night is right. Kenneth Swift there with the play, just was in on that last tackle and is there to take that ball away from Carlos Shapovalov. Just went up and got it, high pointed the football. That's a great play, exactly what LSU needed. That's the first turnover we've seen. LSU defense definitely had to stand up, and they did.
The only saving grace for Alabama on that throws, it was going to be 4th down if that was an incomplete anyway. So basically an arm punt, but LSU's maybe taking that momentum. Smoke Orleans goes and picks up 12 first down for Tigers.
Yeah, 4 receptions, 44 yards for Orleans on the night. Great play getting him involved, the freshman. Good to see, LSU spreading the ball around. Same thing Alabama's doing, getting everybody involved.
Now ball at the 45-yard line. LSU trying to set up. Halfback in motion out of the backfield. Moses King turns, throws to the man in motion. That's Christopher Jones, who does pick up 3.
Yeah, picks up 3 is right. Would like to see maybe that ball thrown a little bit more upfield with a little bit less pace on it by King there to let Jones try and make a play, maybe break a tackle. Number 33, George Yost, was there in coverage, but if he breaks that tackle, that could be a huge gain.
And this time, ball handed off to Christopher Jones, who gets met in the backfield by 3 defenders and is dropped. Going to be 3rd and 11 for the Tigers.
Yeah, Leonard doing a great job in, that around that 5-6 yards downfield to make those tackles, but they're in the backfield for his first tackle for loss of the night.
4.5 minutes left to go here in the 3rd. LSU trying to put a drive together, cut into this lead. Deep pass down the left field, caught wide open into the end zone. Josiah Mosley, 45 yards for the touchdown.
Mosley's 2nd touchdown of the night. Fantastic play there. Deuce Palmer getting burned in coverage. We hadn't really seen that earlier until right then. The man beater just burns him down the field. Great touchdown by LSU. Great response. You've got a 3-point ball game.
And we were thinking this was going to be a close game all night long. I don't think the game is quite played out exactly how we expected with all these point swings, but the total score is looking exactly what we thought it would be. Just, like you said, a 3-point difference. As Alabama's going to take the ball here, running out of the end zone, gets out to, gets met there and not able to break tackle is Ware. It's only going to be at the 18-yard line.
I'm a bit surprised to see Ware taking that one and not Elder, considering Elder averages 31.1 yards per kick return, which is 6th in the CFSL. So it's a bit surprised not to see Elder back there.
Now Alabama backed up on their side of the field. Quick pass out to Ravenhill's left. Jordan Jefferson, who's had a big game so far, picks up 8 yards there.
Yep, you're exactly right. First time we're calling Debo Walker the corner, making the play. There's 32nd tackle on the season. Great job holding him only for a gain of 8.
Now setting back up on a read option. Ravenhill finds some room and runs up the right-hand side. Picks up 4 and a first down.
Ravenhill showing his athletic ability, 12 rushes for 20 yards. That does include his sack yardage as well. So Ravenhill is surprising me a little bit as well. I'm sure surprising LSU a bit with his rushing performance as well.
Now on the read option again. Ravenhill spins off a defender and pulls off a nice gain. Picks up 12.
Yeah, 12 again. I believe that's 2 plays in a row that he's broken the tackle of Griff Martin in the backfield for a gain, and that's a big first down pickup there.
Now Ravenhill with an empty backfield. Quick pass out to the left, and that one just falls incomplete. Ravenhill, though, 17 of 23 on the night.
Yeah, 17 of 23, not bad. Has had his receivers, cut him a bit of slack with those big plays downfield.
Now handing the ball off. James Ware pick up some yards. Stiff arms a man, gets tackled by the same man again, but does pick up 7 yards.
Yeah, 7-yard pickup. Had a great pancake block on the edge by that wide receiver. Didn't catch the number, I apologize, but that's what sprung that play.
Now all the receivers bunching up for the Tide, and on a quick pitch, Tide trying to get to that first down marker and are going to be just a yard short. It's going to be 4th and 1. Ball at the 50, Tide come out to punt.
Yeah, LSU with a great defensive stand. Maybe that momentum has swung back into LSU's favor after that interception, then the touchdown. A great stand here. Alabama's defense now maybe in a little bit of trouble. Have to make a stand here and stop LSU from scoring. Maybe hold them to just a field goal because Alabama's defense coming into this game is very effective with stopping teams from scoring inside the red zone. They allow the 2nd fewest per red zone trip. So they've just been having those big plays hurt them.
Moses King looking back on the read option, just barely pulling that ball back in time to prevent a really nasty play. Manages to run out and pick up 8 yards.
Yeah, it looked like a bit like Wake Forest's slow mesh concept there. Like you said, Kevin, just held it to the last possible second and then picked up 8 yards.
Now going from that to an empty backfield for Moses King. Steps back, looks to his right, comes back, and throws it. Oh, that was almost returned back for 6. Blake Woodson is kicking himself for not holding on to that ball.
Yeah, that's got to be picked off if you're Blake Woodson, and that's a pick 6 all day, every day. Alabama has to have that one. The momentum could have swung there, but LSU catches a break.
Oh, and just barely getting rid of that, and incomplete. That was a messy-looking throw, messy-looking attempt at a catch, but the end result, it's 4th and 2, and LSU is punting.
Yeah, imagine if LSU receiver caught that football, then Alabama would be in dire, emotional straits, dropping that pick 6 and then allowing the huge play. But lucky for them, it's a punt and they get the football back.
I did get a note here from our stats team. With the 3 touchdowns that Ryan Ravenhill has gotten tonight, he has set the single-season league record, passing Florida great Ronnie Belvin's. Ravenhill now has 46 on the night and almost was about to pick up number 47 there. Great pass down the field.
Fantastic passes right. Chris Cohane, first reception. The tight end getting involved early, 28 yards. Fantastic throw by Ravenhill. He looks to be in his element on those passes down the field. Maybe having a little bit of, maybe not so much success with those short throws, though.
On a great play now, Alabama driving down the field. Ball sitting at the 26-yard line. Minute 49 left here in the third quarter. Read option, Ravenhill running again. We've seen a lot of that tonight and breaking a couple times before being absolutely leveled, but not before he picks up 12 yards on the ground.
You're right. It's a fantastic run by Ravenhill, and somehow Israel Jordan Ward. I keep getting confused with his name. I very much apologize, but that's a fantastic tackle there.
Blitz was coming in, and they're going to rule that incomplete. Refs took a while to confer on that one. That falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 now for the Tide.
I'm a bit surprised that Alabama didn't challenge that. Maybe have him take a look at it.
Now looking back, play action pass coming out here. Ravenhill looking, now having to run to his right, and is going to be brought down for a 2-yard loss. Israel Jordan Ward makes his first sack of the night.
First sack of the night is right. Had some success chasing Ravenhill down the field to make the plays, but they're luckily to pick up that sack for that LSU defense. 3rd and 12 here. If LSU can get this stop, hold Alabama to a field goal, I think they're going to consider that a success.
Yeah, after that big play to set everything up, just holding them to 3 would be good. Ravenhill back looking, has a nice pocket, and steps just a bit too far to his right. Gets dropped for a 7-yard loss. Going to make it a bit longer of a field goal here. Trey Hawkins with his 2nd sack.
Yeah, 2nd sack, exactly. That's his 17th on the season. Fantastic there by Trey Hawkins. Like you said, Kevin, just stepped to the side, took a little bit too long. If you're Alabama, got to throw that one away, keep it a little bit more manageable. But it should be a field goal easily within the range here of Max Boom.
Yeah, 40-yard field goal tip. Ball's down, up. Kick is through the uprights and good. Alabama now with a 6-point lead with under a minute to go here in the third quarter.
Fantastic job there by that LSU defense, keeping them from scoring. Their defense is tied for 5th worst in points per red zone possession. So good job there. Maybe not a strength of LSU stopping them, but that's a great job there for LSU. Hopefully they get the ball back here. They can drive down the field. They can get up by 1 by the end of this drive.
And it only being a 6-point lead just makes me think back to the very first drive we saw where Ravenhill slid at the 6-inch line before the Tide were forced to kick a field goal. That is starting to look very important as we get near the fourth quarter here.
You're exactly right, Kevin. That's a great call. Muhammad Smith with his first tackle for loss. It's his 9th on the season. Great job seeing him get involved in that play in the backfield.
Now Moses King back to pass. Pocket collapsing. He's able to get rid of it, and Jared Leonard almost with a pick 6.
Yeah, Jared Leonard again. That's a 2nd dropped pick 6 for this Alabama defense. LSU getting very lucky here. Moses King's got to be more careful with the football.
Now defenders looking, pocket collapsing, spinning and throwing off his back foot, and that is going to be ruled a catch and fumble recovered by the Crimson Tide. There are like 3 different things I think to challenge in that play.
Yeah, really. That was first of all, I couldn't believe he got that throw off. I do not think that's a catch there. In that angle, maybe it looks a little bit more decisive. I thought it was just in his hand, but that's a great hit. And Alabama, if this isn't challenged, that's a great play.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a catch it is not going to the booth for a review. All the turnovers are automatically reviewed. So they must have seen something we couldn't see up here in the booth. Crimson Tide are going to keep it. Quick pitch out by Ravenhill to the right just to make sure to get this playoff in any possibility of that. It is going to be 2nd and 10 with 15 seconds left to go here in the third.
Yeah, you're exactly right. George 850 came with a makeup call. I don't really know what that makeup call would be for, but it just seemed like maybe a questionable call to me. But they, like you said, Kevin, they must have seen something that we didn't.
Now, quick pass to the left-hand side. Ball brought in. It's going to be 3rd and inches. James Ware with a nice return. That is the end of the third quarter. 27-21. Alabama up by 6. Get the force in chat, then go get your teams and get them in here. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports here on YouTube. Fourth quarter coming up soon. Fourth quarter underway. Alabama with the ball. 6-point lead. 3rd and inches. Looking for something to go. Toss the ball over the middle. Ball is caught. LSU swarming. Ace Axel, who's had a big night tonight, picks up another 22 yards. Sets them up with 1st and goal.
Big yard is right. Big night is right. Averaging 42 yards per catch for Axel. Great play there. Good find by Ravenhill.
As a fellow tight end fan, I am glad to see the tight end get some stuff there. As ball's handed off, James Ware runs in for the touchdown for the Tide.
Great play there. Nice run. Exactly getting Ware his touchdown. Exactly that is his 12th rushing touchdown on the season. Fantastic play. And they're going to go for 2 here.
Yeah, going to see if they can stretch out. That'll make it a 14-point lead, but that 2-point conversion is incomplete. Only a 12-point lead for the Tide.
Yeah, if Malcolm Kent Brown can catch that and take it down the field the other way, that's 2 points for LSU. LSU fans may be getting a bit, or Alabama fans may be getting a bit lucky that LSU didn't return that for points.
And just for note, James Ware does set sole possession of the school record for most touchdowns in his career.
Yeah, exactly. Alabama season record and Alabama career record for James Ware there, so congratulations to him.
Now, Moses King looking to the right and able to rush forward, picks up 3 yards, and going to set up 2nd and 7 here for the Tigers. 8.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Yep, exactly right. Lots of time here for LSU. No need to panic. Yeah, you still have all your timeouts, obviously. So 3-yard pickup on a quarterback keeper is pretty solid yardage for a first down. Maybe look to them to see maybe that out route or that corner concept that they've been having success with.
2-possession game here. And ball handed off to the right, and ball fumbled. Lloyd Howard able to pick up. I believe that's one of the linemen who's able to pick up that ball, make sure LSU retains possession.
Yeah, you're right. Lloyd Howard making sure his name was going to be called on the broadcast today. Great pickup there by that offensive lineman, bailing King out.
Yeah, that was almost disastrous for the Tigers. You need 2 scores to get back into this one. Having a turnover now would not be the way to do it. Now 3rd and 4, King back to pass. Everyone's swarming, and that is going to be incomplete. It is a through. Screen pass not working to perfection there.
No, it was not. You're right. Just Navarro in the backfield. Deuce Palmer in the backfield with the safety blitz. Exactly. That defensive performance by Alabama there on that screenplay was just too quick. King couldn't get the ball off. They have to snap it back. LSU defense has to stand tall here. Cannot let Alabama score. Otherwise, it's probably game over.
Yeah, we've seen that 2 or 3 times on some screen passes tonight. Alabama's defense, every time there's a screen pass, they sniff it out and they blow it up, as we see some replays here, instead of the great touchdown throws from Ravenhill.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Great passes down the field. Like we've said, having great success finding Axel, finding Titus Price, Carlos Shapovalov down the field. If they get the ball and they can run some of those go routes, those seam routes, like you said earlier, Kevin, they've been having lots of success.
Now on the play action, toss over the middle, ball brought in. Jordan Jefferson picks up 9 yards, 2nd and 1 for the Tide.
Yes, 4th reception on the night, 54 yards. Good to see Jefferson getting involved here. The sophomore as well. So great job by this Alabama team spreading the ball around. LSU can't key in on one receiver.
Now heading the ball off, that's going to be Ware, picking up another 3 yards, but more importantly, picking up the first down for the Crimson Tide.
Yep, they're just running the ball here, using some clock. Israel Jordan Ward with credit for the tackle coming off of that offensive lineman's block.
We saw the stat pop up there. Great play selection by Bama. Almost a perfect 50-50 split, pass and run, as Ravenhill now runs forward and picks up 8 yards.
Yeah, Ravenhill again. Surprising that LSU defense with how effective he has been rushing the football tonight, having a career game running.
Now with a receiver in motion, looking and not able to get the pitch away. Ravenhill is going to lose one on that option play.
Yeah, Kobe Williams with the great tackle for loss there, preventing Ravenhill from pitching. Had the pitch open, it looked like, but just got there too quick. Ravenhill smart to just keep that and not force a fumble with the bad pitch.
Now, for Alabama's lead, we do see they're 6 of 14 on third down. LSU trying to hype up this home crowd in Death Valley to make sure they are able to get this stop. And on the reaction, ball's fumbled, picked up, and being run forward. And Ravenhill is being credited by being sacked. Loss of 6 on the play.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great play there by LSU's defense. Griff Martin making the play. Huge hit on Ravenhill, causing the fumble. They're going to review this if it's a fumble. It doesn't really matter if you're LSU. All that matters is that you got the play down behind the line of scrimmage. Looks to be out of field goal range as well, so great stand by LSU.
Yeah, I do think that is just going to be ruled a full-on sack. But we'll see what the official call is. Play is reversed, so it is just a sack. No fumble, but the end result is still going to be an Alabama punt.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what LSU needed to do. They're going to get the ball. If you're LSU, hopefully this goes into the end zone. Alabama try and coffin corner them here.
And that ball does bounce out the back of the end zone. Ball coming out to the 20-yard line. LSU down 12 with 6 minutes and a little bit of change to go. Plenty of time still to get downfield a couple of times, get the scores. Don't have to panic yet, but time is going to become of the essence as Moses King runs out to the right-hand side and is able to break forward for 5 yards.
Yep, 5-yard pickup there is nice. Jessica Navarro there with the tackle. And exactly, they have to score. They have to score a touchdown here. Field goal does them no good with this little time left on the clock, so have to drive down and score quickly.
2nd and 5, receiver in motion to the left. And a quick pass to the right, and that's going to be Elliott Griffin picking up 7 yards on a first down.
Yeah, only his 2nd reception on the night, leading receiver for LSU. Great job by Alabama to key in on him, limit his productivity tonight, and that's probably why we see this Alabama lead and LSU only having 21 points.
You're right, Elliott Griffin has been a focal point for the Tigers in the championship run, but now Christopher Jones picks up a run, runs up the middle, gets 1, 2nd and 9 coming up.
Yep, exactly. J.C. Newton with the tackle. Haven't seen Jones have too much success here in this second half. Alabama's defense must have keyed in on that in their halftime adjustments.
And this one intercepted in the backfield. Has one man to beat. That's going to be run back, pick 6. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Yeah, Shane Thompson with the pick 6 there. Fantastic play. Alabama has been waiting for that. They dropped 2 earlier in the game. This time they finally get it, and that might just put this one out of reach if you're LSU. Alabama, great defensive play there, reading that wide receiver screen play perfectly.
That does stretch it out to 18 points. Extra point team is on to stretch it out to 19. That would make it a 3-score game, as Alabama now taking a commanding lead, 40-21. 5 minutes, 12 seconds to go. LSU has some time, but now it's time to start maybe airing it out a bit more. We've got to look for those big chunk plays. The 1- and 2-yard runs aren't going to cut it anymore.
No, they're not. You're right, Kevin. Mosley with that return, we've seen Mosley had success down the field with those big pass split plays. Maybe try and find him. They've limited Elliott Griffin. Maybe try and find Smoke Orleans as well down the field.
King is back to pass, looking, throwing to the right and into double coverage. That one, though, over everyone's head. Thrown incomplete, 2nd and 10 coming up.
It looked like a souvenir either into the stands or the LSU bench. Didn't want anyone other than his receiver to make that play.
Now out of the pistol. King back. Blitz was coming, picked up nicely, and that is going to be caught and falling out of bounds. But it is only a pickup of 3, 3rd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, using some clock here with those seconds winding down. I don't know if that 3 yards was worth it. Might as well just throw that one away.
Now looking and hit as he threw. Ball falls incomplete. Moseking was not able to step into that throw like he wanted. And now it's going to be 4th and 7. LSU is punting.
Yeah, a bit surprised to see the punt team on the field here. Got to score points. I'm a bit disappointed with LSU. Got to try and get the touchdown.
Having that far to go, maybe they're thinking maybe our defense can force a real quick 3-and-out, because Alabama will definitely be in clock burning mode at this point, as they are looking to get their first ever Pitt championship. And almost dangerous return. Punt did get dropped, but now ball sitting at the 48-yard line. Crimson Tide looking to run this one out. But instead, drop back to pass. Raven Hill's looking, scanning downfield, finds something to the left, throws, and that is complete. Pick up a 7 to Jordan Jefferson, 2nd and 3.
Jordan Jefferson, great catch, sure hands there. Debo Walker with the tackle. Haven't called his name early tonight. His 6th tackle, but really haven't seen him have too big of an impact.
Now got halfback coming back into the backfield, ball handed off, and James Ware runs forward to pick up 2. It's going to be 3rd and inches. James Ware's got 53 yards on the night.
Yeah, a bit of a questionable spot there if you're an Alabama fan. Looked definitely closer than that almost full yard that it is. I thought he might have gotten it.
Now receiver in motion again. Going to set up 2 receivers either side. Ravenhill back looking, doesn't see anything, steps forward, escapes the pocket, able to get the first down, lowers his shoulder this time, doesn't want there to be any doubt. Picks up 5 and a first down.
Yeah, you're right. Slid earlier, maybe having second thoughts about it right there. Like you said, lowered the shoulder, laid the hammer down, and picked up that first down, no questions.
Now 3 receivers to the right. Ravenhill back to pass again, throws left, ball is caught and forced out of bounds as James Ware does pick up the first down.
That's a great wheel route out of the backfield there by James Ware. Receiver clears the area, and he just fills it coming out of the backfield. That's a great concept there by Alabama.
Ball snap, and running to the left is Ravenhill. Loss of 4 on that play. Malcolm Kent Brown with a nice tackle for loss.
Yeah, first tackle for loss of the game from Malcolm Kent Brown. Great play. That is his 5th tackle for loss on the season. So good to see him get involved in the backfield there. LSU has to get a stop here before it's a turnover.
Now ball handed off, running up the center. James Ware picks up 2 yards. Going to be 3rd and 12, but Alabama seeming fairly content just to run this one out.
Yeah, I think so. They might keep it on the ground here. Max Boom, Alabama's kicker's field goal range is the 34-yard line, so well within that. Just can't take a sack here for Alabama.
Ravenhill is back in the shotgun, and the clock is going to tick away here. LSU hoping to maybe force a fumble here, do something to maybe spark a miracle comeback. They're currently down 19. Field goal would make it 22, which is still only a 3-score game. The pass is away and going to be forced out of bounds. It looks like Blake Elder picking up 3 yards. Going to be 4th and 10. Clock is running.
Yeah, not getting out of bounds. They're a bit surprised we didn't see a timeout by LSU. Looks like they might be content to let this one go.
So Alabama out here looking to kick the field goal. Will push it out 43-21, be a 22-point lead here. LSU will get the ball back with a little bit over a minute 15 left. But Alabama's offense came to play. LSU's defense held strong for 3 quarters, and just a couple of big plays here and there kind of put them behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That pick 6 was devastating. With about 6 minutes left, they could not let that happen, and then the game just got out of reach. We maybe saw, a little bit of a, breakdown mentally here and there as well on that last drive, letting Alabama get into field goal range as they, kind of regretted letting that happen. But King is going to bounce back strong, show that he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, according to Jaden Didrikson. Maybe just had one bad break with that pick 6. Otherwise, he's been pretty solid. We'll see what he can do here with the empty set.
Yeah. Setting up with the empty backfield. King looking, throws out to the left. Ball is caught and out of bounds. Nicholas Williams picks up 19 yards. He's got 61 on the night. He's had a pretty good showing tonight.
He has, yeah, you're right. And there's another corner route there that they've been having success with all night. Really surprised we didn't see more of that, especially when they were down, maybe 14 or so, instead relying on those wide receiver screens that got picked off. But it is a little bit disappointing for LSU. Maybe the coaching staff, some bad play calling as well from the head coaches down to the field.
Now Moses King back to pass again, throwing to the right, and that Smoke Orleans picking up another 7 yards. Doesn't get out of bounds, but we are just looking here now for LSU, maybe fighting for some pride here, as this one's going to end up. No, this one's getting all the way down, and Elliott Griffin not able to make the touchdown there. Does get it down to the 5-yard line. First and goal for LSU here.
Yeah, finally got behind the defensive secondary there for Griffin. Great pass by King.
Maybe seeing if they can't get it one here. No, that's going to be Christopher Jones. LSU does pick up another touchdown. It's going to pull that score a little bit closer. I don't remember what the line was in the sportsbook tonight. I'm not sure if that's going to make a difference to anyone. I'm sure the chat will let us know if that's going to make or break some people on their calls tonight.
Yeah, 66.5 was the over-under. So if this PAT goes through, I believe that'll be 65 points. So they're going for 2. This could be the over right here.
Sitting here looking to pick up to make it still a 2-score game. Ball is tossed in the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. Christopher Jones gets more points under his belt tonight.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. It's a great play there. Good pass. Maybe my math was a little bit off on the spot. I apologize. Looks like that's 60, or no, I don't know what that would be. That is 72. Yeah, definitely they got there. Okay, 72. Goodness, I'm all over the place. But could not get the onside kick. I should not do math quickly. I'm much better when I'm slower at it. So great play there to pick up that onside kick before Alabama. They're probably just going to knee it here and end this ball game.
Yeah, we're going to see. We've got some highlights here. You were talking earlier about, Moses King, Christopher Jones going to have a chance to jump back next year. Moses King, just a sophomore. He's got at least 2 more years unless he declares for the NFL early. But to be here now and maybe have this to think about over the offseason, I expect LSU to come back next year with some fire. And Alabama's team also returning a lot of players.
They are, exactly, you're right. Both of these teams going to be strong next season. Great receiving core coming back for LSU. Great defenses as well. And yeah, we've seen a great game so far between these two teams. Alabama in their first pit appearance is going to come out with their first pit championship. So congratulations to them.
Offense.
And just looking at this here, we did have a clipping call against Alabama. So Alabama's going to be pushed back. Coach is not too happy. He's like, why are you calling a clipping call with 30 seconds left in the game? But looking ahead, Ryan Ravenhill, Moses King, both sophomores. We're going to get to see this quarterback at least a couple of more times in the SEC. Be some good stuff to go. And another flag coming out. The refs have been sitting on the flags all night. And here in the last 34 seconds, back-to-back clipping calls.
Against the same player, Ace Axel, as well. He's got to keep it clean out there. I understand they're trying to protect the players, but maybe just let this one go, I think, if you're the refs. Definitely, it seems like a Pac-12 crew if they're trying to insert themselves into this ballgame somehow.
Now 2nd and 27. Ball's handed off. Run up the left-hand side. James Ware has picked up some yardage. LSU does call a timeout with 30 seconds left to go. They don't have any left. 3rd and 20. This should be the last play of the game. Ball's handed off. Ware's going to get a few more yards to add to his total as he gets ready to graduate. 70 yards on the night.
I'd be very surprised if we see the punch here. Probably just letting the clock run all the way down here.
So, assuming that nothing incredibly strange happens, this will be Bama's pit championship. Congratulations to them for picking this up as time does run out. Final score, Bama 43, LSU 29. Tony, this was a great game. The score does not indicate how close it was for most of the game.
No, it does not. You're exactly right. It was a great game for maybe about three and a quarters of this game. fantastic performance by LSU and Alabama. Just a couple big plays. That pick six was decisive, and Alabama comes out on top. Not as close as the earlier matchup, but definitely saw some fantastic performances and a lot to be excited about if you are fans of Alabama or LSU for this upcoming season. Two great quarterbacks, great receiving cores, and solid defensive performances by all involved. It should be a great upcoming season, and congratulations again to Alabama for winning the Pitt Championship and LSU for a great performance this season.
Yeah, it has been a great game. I want to say thank you to tonight's producer, Joe Gates, executive producer, Mike Peters, my broadcast partner, Tony Papel, for following me along with tonight's action. On behalf of everyone, I'm Kevin Hicks. You've been watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports here on YouTube. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m., CFSL Championship pregame show, award ceremony, kickoff between Boise State and Oklahoma State, 7:30 Central. We hope to see you all there. Have a great night.